also known as Dragonfly7673. Today is Monday, January 6th. It's about 7 p.m. I've been home all day because we worked from home because it is very, very cold outside. Right now it is minus 11, and then with a wind chill of about minus 33 or something like that. Everywhere I look, the wind chill is a little different, but let's put it this way. Really, really cold. So pretty much everywhere around the city, they were giving warnings and doing school closings for today and tomorrow. Our work sent out something saying, use your best judgment, be safe, log in from home if you can. So we did, which actually is okay too, because after just coming off the holiday, when you're working from home, you're still working, but it doesn't feel quite as bad. So, for example, I made a snuggle today while I was I had something that I really needed to think on while I was working. So I would crochet a bit and then write down what I needed to do and then crochet, because sometimes when I'm processing, I can't be doing and mentally processing at the same time. I wish they would understand that when I was in school. I had some teachers that did and some teachers that didn't. But anyway, it's still hard at work when you're expected to look like you're doing something, and sometimes thinking is doing something. But anyway, so last time we talked, Tiff was here, and then the very next day she got up really early, and at the time it was like -5 when I dropped her off at 5:30. Actually, it was -2 according to the phone and -4 according to one of the local signs. Also windy, also really cold. She went back where it's warmer to Vegas. She's been packing, so she's been really doing it in steps, so I haven't seen her stress out too much. I think the actual stress will come when she's actually moving and sticking herself and 3 cats in the car and driving for 4 days. But anyway, she's doing good. And so last week I stuck all the pictures at the end. I kind of laughed at myself because I rewatched the episode and I kind of went on this big rant about how I don't want to put music at the end because I'm annoyed. And I'm still annoyed. I'm still annoyed of trying to use just the free Apple minute-long snippets because the pictures take longer than that and I get really sick of them. But what I said was still true. It's really hard to put commercial music and know that everybody can still see everything. Because sometimes it just doesn't show up for some people. And when I look it up, it's because it's got copyrighted songs. In fact, even when I did the snippet with the dancing unicorn, and in the background this unicorn was dancing to Feliz Navidad, YouTube picked that up and I had to acknowledge it as third-party content. But then when I started to do it without any music, it was a really long empty space and I just couldn't do it, so I ended up adding music anyway. I don't know, I haven't found a happy medium. That's one of the reasons I like putting the main pictures embedded, because I don't mind having 10-12 seconds of silence when, you know, I'm talking about something, talking to you about a shawl, and I show you the shawl. That's okay. Alright. So, then the next thing I was working on is I was spinning like a mad fiend because I wanted to get my turquoise yarn spun. So I had shown you the fiber. This is the finished skein. Now this was only 3 ounces of fiber, so it came out to about 170 yards. It is one of the finer ones I've done because this is a 3-ply and it's definitely like a heavy fingering weight 3-ply. It actually looked thinner, and then when I soaked it, it plumped up. But it is, when I got toward the end, I started spinning the singles thicker. So, of course, the 3-ply got thicker. I was kind of annoyed with myself when I realized that, but whatever. I finished the singles on December 30th, and then December 31st, I was determined to finish plying it. And we were originally thinking about going to a movie because Tuesdays are $5 days at the movie theater, and we never get to go because best friend teaches a class Tuesday nights. And he was like, hey, it's New Year's Eve, we don't have class, how about we go see a movie, you know, we're free all day, and then we could go to New Year's Eve get together with friends. I want to say party, but it wasn't really a party. And in the evening. And we would have had time, but then I wouldn't have finished playing. And frankly, I wasn't feeling up to going out for the movie and then going out with friends. I really just wanted to stay and relax. Sometimes I really need that downtime, especially after the time between Thanksgiving and Christmas. It went well for us, better than could be expected without Dad, but it was stressful too because we knew he wasn't there. I mean, some of it was okay. I'm rambling, I'm sorry. Some of it was okay because best friend was there and my son's girlfriend was there, so we could like tell them stories about stuff, you know, my dad did, or do you remember the time when, you know, Grumpy and my son, when they, you know, covered the sugar cookies with pure black and purple sugar and it was so coated with candy on top. We could talk about kind of those stories. But the whole period was very stressful and we needed that kind of down. So going out New Year's Eve was good because I haven't seen those friends in forever. We figured out that one set I haven't seen for about 18 months because their son is 9 months old and I hadn't seen them since before she was pregnant. So it was good that we went. Luckily we didn't get caught in the New Year's Eve snowstorm. But anyway, I finished this. So I finished it New Year's Eve, so it got posted into December turquoise. Knit along. I had a question from last week. Because there were so many pictures, I decided to just chop the Birthstone-a-long and just show the Birthstone-a-long symbol and the prize yarn. And then somebody asked, what was it? And it was like, and I had to think about it. I'm like, what turquoise yarn? Like, oh yeah, it was this one, because I figured we had all seen the Birthstone-a-long tag so many times that for the very last 2013, I would just leave it out. So that was my turquoise. This is the yarn prize for the turquoise. So it's Western Sky Knits. The colorway is Fireburst. This is my absolute favorite. And stitch markers to go with. Oops. And this was donated by Mountain Pearl. It was one of several she donated. So let's just draw for that right away. And then we can start talking about 2014. So I looked it up and it is, there are 59 posts and of course I'm number one. I'm number one. Sorry. I moved some of my stuff around and then I don't remember where it is on here. Alright, 2 through 59. Generate. Wow, 58. It's one of the last people to get in. Ooh, 58 is Calico Kitty 6. So, for her, she had some just plain vanilla socks that happened to be very turquoise. So, that's Debbie, Calico Kitty 6. And you won. So you have to give me your full name and address as soon as you see this, and I will mail the yarn and stitch markers out to you. Alright. Now, I just dropped something. I don't know what it was. I'm going to pause, show the prize yarn, show my spinning, and pull my thoughts together real quick. Alright, now one of the things I had been talking about that I really wanted to do in 2014, or have the opportunity to do, is feel like I can knit some bigger projects without always trying to get a project done each and every month. That's one of the reasons we did the the new 2-month blocks, where January, February is 1 block of knit-alongs. And I had said that one of the reasons I wanted to do this is because I wanted to knit on the Argonaut shawl by Susan Pandorf. Now, for my birthday, my mom had bought a whole bag of Cascade Superwash. It's like a brick red. It's not really a maroon. It's number 855. She bought a whole 10-pack so that I would have all the same dye lot. And I actually did start that because I finally felt like I could. Now, when you first knit this, you knit this border that goes down. So this like zigzag. Each of those zigzags arrows is 1 repeat. So you knit this section all the way down. Now when you did it, there was a 5-stitch garter section all the way down. And I didn't see that in the finished picture, but I also was confused by part of the instructions that said to, when you reach the end, bind off except for the last 5 stitches and then unravel. But what they meant was bind off those and then leave these 5 garter stitch not bound off and then slowly pick them apart. And what you do is it makes these loops, and ultimately you cut the loops apart and it makes fringe. Now I will say that I got really excited about the idea of unraveling it. So I did my bind off, I picked it apart, and I unraveled it. Well, now these fringe things are driving me crazy while I'm knitting the rest of it. So if I am not going to knit this more than once, I can tell you that. But if I was going to knit it again, or if you are going to knit it, I would say put those 5 stitches on a little stitch holder or something and unravel them when you're done, because these keep getting in my way. Now, as it gets bigger, they'll probably be less in my way, but anyway. Then there are 5 charts for the body. So this is a chart, this is a chart, this is a chart, chart, chart. And the chart, there are no rest rows. There's no row that is knit all the way back. Every row you need to be paying attention, because when you have, there's cat hair knit into this like you wouldn't believe. This is a column of twisted stitches. You need to twist them on the way forward and the way back. So you need to be paying attention to what you're doing. Now there's nothing complicated on the way back. It's all knits, purls, or twisted knits. Actually, twisted purls on that side. But you need to be aware of what you're doing. So and there are no written instructions. It's all, there's a bunch of written instructions for construction purposes, but this design is all charted. The charts on the sides are 20 rows high. The chart in the middle is 24 high, which means that you're also, after the first go around, your row counts no longer match. So right now I'm on row 2 of the center and I'm on row 6 of the sides, and that'll keep getting more varied. But anyway, this is one full repeat of the center, which I'm kind of using as my marker because you need to do 20 of those. So I did work on this. And I have pictures of this close up so that you can see the cable design. And that's, if I finish that in by the end of February, I will probably say something like it reminds me of the Valentine's Day picture because of the vibrant red. If I finish it in March or April, I may say that the cable design reminds me of the Celtic cables of Ireland. You can play this game. So, I also worked on snuggles because our Inspiration-a-long, you have 2 photos that are your inspiration, either by content or by color, or any other way you can think of. You do have to use those 2 photos. Paul, who used to do the Polynets podcast, today he posted some gloves, and he said that the winter picture looked really cold and you need gloves when it's cold out, or something like that. That works. So you can play around, you can justify things. Anyway, so our charity half for January and February is snuggles. Now I want to say right now, I looked at the Yarnivore podcast, and we're the only podcast that has snuggles so far. And we have 6. 4 from KPAR62 and 2 from me. So, and I know Mom is working on it for sure. Now, over the summer, my son's girlfriend came across a beautiful basket, just a gorgeous handmade basket, and it was full of acrylic yarn. She found it at a rummage sale for like $4, and so she bought it for me. And so I have all these acrylic yarns that, a lot of them were like big knotted mess. Not all of them, but some of them were a big knotted mess because you could tell whoever was doing it didn't know, and they just sort of wound them up and got the yarn to stop dangling. So I've been sitting here winding them into balls, but they make perfect snuggles. Now, this one I started out with there was kind of this orangey color that had and then there was a rust color. So I was holding it 2-stranded and just double crocheting rows. Well, then I ran out of the multicolor orange, and so I added in a bright orange. So I got rust and bright orange. So then I ran out of the rust and I ended up with the bright orange. And then I had no more colors that would actually even closely go to this. So this is kind of a funky colored snuggle. Pets don't care. And it is very durable. So I posted it in our thread and in the Yarnivore thread. So make sure you do that. You can't claim any other podcast, but post it in our thread, post it in Sadie's thread. I have all sorts of links and information. Then I talked to, because I didn't want to do this again where it kind of has this weird ending row. Well, it's kind of in rows. And it would be fine if it was like blocks, but it's a little odd looking. I know it's odd looking. Nobody will care. But I asked KPAR62 what she does, because hers go from the inside out. So if she needs to change colors, it's not so dramatic. Well, then I made this one. I made this one today, partially while I was working and trying to think through things, and then after work ended. In fact, that's why I was recording late, because I wanted to finish this. So she does a circular start, and then 12 double crochets, and then she starts adding a corner in. Where you do 2 double crochets, a chain, 2 double crochets, and then single crochets on the edges. And you just kind of keep growing it that way. So I started this one with a solid blue and a solid green. And then when the blue ran out, I picked up a multicolored blue and the green. And when the green ran out, I kept the multicolored blue and a solid blue. So I actually really like how this one came out. Both of these, my cats have tried to steal. So I am assuming they are kitty approved. The blue square is about 17 by 17. The rectangle is actually like 14 by 16 because it's not square. And like I said, I didn't have another color that would even closely go with that, so I just stopped. So, I got 2 snuggles done. Now, let me post those, and then I have so many prizes to tell you about for this month and then future ones, and it's just... Whew. All right, now I'm trying to figure out exactly what to do. One of the things I already did is on the Ravelry group, you can also have pages, which are information, so they don't kind of get lost in the main page, and they don't have to be some sort of constant sticky thread, because personally I hate when groups have so many stickies that you can't even see if new things are posted. And I know you can enlarge them, but I've got a couple groups where there's just too many. And I don't want us to be one of those. So I moved the inspiration along, the basic information about each month and the pictures that go with it, to a new group page called the 2014 Inspiration Along and Charity Information. I am probably going to do the same thing for prizes, because I have a lot of prizes and they're spread out. So, for example, and some of them I'm supposed to I haven't decided where they're going to go yet, and when I can see it all in a group, I will figure it out. Now I may do two of them, one for the charities and one for the photos, just because that might help me process it a little better. Now, for this month's Inspiration Along, last week I tried to show you a stitch gauge by 7 Yaks Design that is a red plastic snowflake, and it's decorated with holes, which are actually, it's actually a needle gauge. So I purchased 2 stitch gauges from 7 Yaks Design. One is a silver snowflake and one is a heart for this month's prizes. Also, Rosary Realm donated 2 sets of stitch markers, one for winter, and one's a winter theme and one's a Valentine's theme. And Rosary Realm is offering a 25% discount to all viewers for the rest of 2014 with the coupon code DRAGONFLY. So please go check out her shop. Use the coupon code DRAGONFLY for 25% off. If you want to tell people about it, please reference them back to the podcast and tell them to watch the episodes to find out the coupon code, because we really do want this to be for viewers, not just suddenly this widespread thing. So, coupon code DRAGONFLY for 25% off Rosary Realms Etsy shop. And I got a bunch of bags from Halcyon Yarn. Halcyon Yarn. Here. And she has a lot of lovely project bags. So I actually ordered a bunch for knit along prizes for the year. This one is called Love Letters. So this one I am donating for January, February. So that's a total of 5 prizes just for the photo Inspiration Along. So I'm going to pause and put those prizes right now before we talk about Snuggles. All right, now you might notice there's one extra picture there. It was these stitch markers also from Halcyon Yarn. When I ordered all the project bags, I had told her that I was ordering them as a prize giveaway. She also has a podcast called UEWE, like the sheep, U University. The concept is all about learning different things. I downloaded the episodes. It's an audio podcast. I have not listened to them yet with everything that's been going on. we took a break over the weekend, and anyway, best friend and I have been hanging out, which means I haven't been listening to anything. She sent me this bag specifically saying that this was for me. So I'm keeping it, and I think the sheep are just adorable. She said this fabric is not in her shop yet, and it's got polka dots on the inside. So this is for me. She also sent the stitch markers. She did not say who they were for, and I thought they matched perfectly for our kind of winter theme. So that way there's a Winter Valentine's stitch gauge. There's a Winter Valentine's stitch markers from Rosary Realm. And there's a Valentine's bag from Halcyon Yarn, and winterish stitch markers from Halcyon Yarn. So 6 prizes. Alright, now, snuggles. Now, MISIM said that for every charity knit-along this year, she will donate a $10 Ravelry pattern prize. So you get $10 worth of Ravelry patterns of your choice, and you can pick something that's $10. You can pick 5 $2 patterns. It doesn't matter. It's up to you. And so thank you so much. And then Rosary Realm, who I was just talking about, also donated stitch markers to go with the Snuggles project. So she donated a I Love Cats and an I Love Dogs. So those are there. And then I picked out, this is also from Halcyon Yarn. I bought this one for you guys. It's a project bag with kitties and the goldfish. And it's got just red polka dotty fabric. It looks kind of like bubbles. Yes. Sorry, I'm trying to keep track. I got this stitch gauge necklace from Carrot Sticks. This is a Chihuahua. And the neat thing is, it also comes with a little doggy bone stitch marker. But if you look on this side, it's US sizes, and on this side it's metric sizing. So I got that from Carrot Sticks. So that is a prize for Snuggles. I got a bunch of things from Knitting's My Bag, but I picked out these two for Snuggles. This one's got the drenched kitty and the happy kitties. And if you look, there's part of a kitty in a, if I open it up, he's in the fish tank. So they're kind of naughty kitties. And there's this one with a great big fat kitty on the back. These are needle cases. They work really well for your circular needles. You can also use them as for notions. So I got those, and I am forgetting something. Let me look. Sorry. And not all of these are on the board yet. Oh no, okay. I'm good. Oh, 2 other sets of stitch markers that I don't have yet because they are coming from Canada. But there's another set of stitch markers from Calliope Fibers, and one set is puppies and one set is kitties. Now, last year what I did is I only had 2 prizes, and they were like a set, a cat set and a dog set, and I let the winners pick. This year, we're just going to because there's so many, we're going to randomly draw. If you really, really hate dogs or cats, let me know, and maybe we can swap, but my intention is to just randomly draw. So, we have quite a few things for Snuggles. And then, alright, let me post the pictures for all the Snuggles, and then I'll just kind of show you some of the other upcoming prizes. Right, so those are all the Snuggles ones. Now, I showed you a couple things from Knitting's My Bag. Well, there are also 4 more of those needle cases. Now, this one has a fox, so it'll probably be with Thanksgiving. This one has kids and says friends there. So I thought I would do this one for the back to school. And these ones are just really colorful. So these ones will go wherever I see fit. I also got a larger size project. This is I don't remember, I think this is actually her small. But it is a good sized bag. And it is very sturdy. This does not have any pockets. It's got a handle. It's got drawstring. So this is from Knitting's My Bag. And this is a random unassigned prize. So some of these I know where they're going, and some of them are going to get kind of slotted in. Embroidery Queen, Nicole, who has participated a ton over the last year, she is opening an Etsy shop. Oh, let me look real quick. I should have looked ahead of time, and I really don't want to mess it up. She's starting an Etsy shop, and it is project bags, and they are, there's beautiful fabric on the inside of this one. She picked it and donated it, and I told her that we will use it in the March-April time frame. She actually asked me a while ago about it. Oh, yes, I should have known. Her Etsy shop is Knitting Geisha. So, this is from her. Now, I don't know if you're supposed to, but I actually like it reversed as well, with the top flipped, because I like the fabric on this side. It's got, it looks kind of like snowflakes from a distance, but up close you can tell they're flowers and butterflies. And so if you flip the top like this, you can still draw it closed. So I like it that way. That's actually how it's been all week, because I flipped it, and it smells really good. I was asking her what she soaked it in, and she said, oh, she must be because she was burning or she was using a Scentsy, which from what I understand is a scent warmer. Anyway, it must have picked up the scent, but it smells so good. I kept picking it up and smelling it. And then I ordered a bunch of things from Halcyon Yarn. That one is for these are all, this one will be in the June for the beach day theme, but most of these are not yet assigned. They may go for, they're going to go wherever I feel like, but there's a sheep with green, a different kind of sheep with polka dots, this flower one, blue, and a bright butterfly one with turquoise. So most of those are unassigned. I also ordered some shawl pins that are going to be prizes for the comfort shawl drawing. Mom has some shawl pins, which I need to ask her to send me a picture. I'm almost positive she did send me a picture and I lost it. So, Mom, if you're watching this and I haven't asked, please send me a picture of the sheepy stuff for the comfort shawls. This is also, I bought this to be a swap package item, and like a swap thing or a roommate thing, and I totally forgot all about it. And so I sent one to Mary Gail when I sent her I'm sorry you missed knitting in the mitten package. I gave one to my sister, and one is staying as a prize for this year. I don't know where it'll go yet. And then, so I ordered some shawl pins, and I ordered another new stitch gauge that's a sunshine that will go sometime in the summer, either in like the water park or the beach day or something like that. And I don't remember. Anyway, oh, and Azad, who is donating 2 skeins of yarn that will probably be for March and April. And so I'm collecting this information and I'm going to put it in a prize page. So for the January, February, you can look at the top of the Snuggles or the Inspiration-a-long and you can see the prizes. They're there. But for the upcoming ones, you'll need to go look at the prize pages. There are so many, I'm not going to try and post them all at the end until I can figure out how to make some sort of like collage of them or something and just kind of say, in the coming months you can win. So I think that's everything. Let me look real quick. That's the shawl pins. Oh, I also ordered for a big prize that I haven't decided where it's going to go yet. A sock knitter's kit. This is also from 70X. It contains sock yarn. I just thought this was kind of cool. It contains sock yarn. It also contains sock blockers, and on the blockers are holes for needle gauges. I just thought it was kind of cool. So that kit will be a prize somewhere, probably during the comfort shawls. So, if you want to donate a prize for any of the months, especially after I get everything posted, please let me know. Also, if by any chance you want to donate money for shipping, there is a donate button on the blog. I'm not like saying please send me shipping, but this is a lot of things to be shipping out, so it is appreciated. If I couldn't do it, I wouldn't be offering. But like Rosary Realm I have pictures of the stitch markers because she's actually going to mail them directly to the winners, because that will save me a little bit. Azad, since she's on Australia, she's just going to mail directly to the winners because she's going to pay a fortune and pay shipping it to me anyway. She might as well just hold it and ship it to the winners like she did last year. So it's all good. Anyway, I think that's everything. So, work on Snuggles. Like I said, right now we're in the lead. Now, it just started, so that could easily change, but right now, thanks to Kathy, we are in the lead. And I think that's everything. I will talk to you guys next week. Talk to you later. Bye.